Once upon a time in the serene town of Penneville, nestled amidst lush forests and pristine lakes, lived a group of adventurous friends known as the outdoor enthusiasts. Every year, without fail, they embarked on an epic camping trip, seeking the thrill of the wilderness and the camaraderie of their tight-knit group. In the summer of 2019, they decided to take their annual camping trip to new heights, quite literally. Their destination was Eagle's Peak, a towering mountain that loomed majestically on the horizon. It was rumored to be an untouched wilderness paradise, teeming with wildlife, hidden waterfalls, and breathtaking vistas. The preparations for the trip were nothing short of Herculean. They gathered an arsenal of camping gear, stocked up on enough food to feed a small army, and consulted seasoned mountaineers for advice. With their backpacks as heavy as their excitement, they set off on a bright July morning. The journey to Eagle's Peak was fraught with unexpected adventures. On their second day, they encountered a sudden thunderstorm that soaked them to the bone and sent them scrambling for shelter. But their indomitable spirit prevailed, and they laughed off the misfortune, rekindling their spirits around a campfire that night. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, they encountered creatures of all kinds. From curious deer that peeked through the trees, to a mischievous raccoon that pilfered their snacks. The forest came alive in ways they could never have imagined. They even had an unforgettable encounter with a majestic bald eagle that soared overhead, as if guiding them to their destination. Days turned into weeks, and the group of friends grew closer with each passing challenge. They scaled steep cliffs, crossed rushing rivers on makeshift bridges, and navigated dense forests with nothing but a compass and their wits. Nights were filled with stories, songs, and the twinkling stars that seemed to whisper secrets of the universe. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the base of Eagle's Peak. The mountain was more formidable than they had ever imagined, but their determination remained unshaken. With ropes, carabiners, and sheer grit, they began the arduous climb. The ascent was treacherous, and they faced exhaustion, cold, and dizzying heights. But they pushed on, inching closer to the summit. Their bodies ached, but their hearts were filled with the thrill of conquering the unknown. As they reached the top, the world seemed to hold its breath. The view from Eagle's Peak was nothing short of magical. A vast panorama of untouched wilderness stretched before them, a sea of green with glimmering lakes and rolling hills. They had reached the edge of the world. Time seemed to stand still as they reveled in their triumph. It was a moment they would cherish forever. They pitched their tents on the mountain top and watched the sun set in a fiery blaze of colors, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the group of friends couldn't bring themselves to leave. They had discovered a paradise atop Eagle's Peak, and it felt like time itself had forgotten them. They fished, explored, and lived off the land, finding solace in the simplicity of life in the wild. In their extended camping trip, they found something far more precious than adventure. They found a sense of belonging, an unbreakable bond, and a profound connection to nature. And so, they remained on Eagle's Peak, a testament to the enduring spirit of the great outdoors and the eternal allure of the never-ending camping trip. And as the years passed, legends began to circulate among the people of Penneville. They spoke of a group of friends who had embarked on a camping trip that had never ended, a journey into the heart of nature that had become their eternal home high atop Eagle's Peak, where they remained forever young and forever free. As the seasons changed and the years rolled by, the story of the group of friends who embarked on a camping trip that never ended became a cherished legend in the town of Penneville. People spoke of them with reverence, and children listened wide-eyed to tales of their adventures around campfires. High atop Eagle's Peak, the friends lived a life that was both simple and rich. They built tree houses that swayed with the wind, fashioned canoes from fallen trees to explore the pristine lakes, and grew their own vegetables in small mountain gardens. Time seemed to stand still in their forest haven. Their bond remained unbreakable, and their friendship grew deeper with each passing day. They had become a family of their own, relying on each other for support and companionship. They shared stories, laughter, and the occasional quarrel, but their love for the mountain and their shared experiences kept them together. One by one, they became experts in their chosen wilderness skills. Sarah, with her keen eye, became the group's master forager, identifying edible plants and fungi. Mark's talent for fishing kept them well-fed with the mountain's bounty. Emily, with her artistic touch, crafted beautiful wooden sculptures from the forest's fallen branches. Yet, as the years passed, a sense of nostalgia began to creep in. They missed the town of Penneville and the comforts of civilization. They longed for the bustling streets, the warm embrace of their families, and the taste of freshly baked bread. One summer's evening, as they sat around a crackling campfire, they made a momentous decision. They would descend from Eagle's Peak and return to Penneville. It was a bittersweet choice, for they knew they would leave behind the life they had come to love. The descent was as arduous as the climb, but the friends were driven by their determination to reconnect with the world they had left behind. They returned to Penneville as if they had emerged from a time capsule, their faces weathered by the years, but their spirits untouched by the passage of time. Their arrival in Penneville was met with astonishment and joy. The townsfolk celebrated their return, hosting a grand feast in their honor. The friends reunited with their families and old friends, sharing stories of their incredible journey on Eagle's Peak. But despite the warm welcome and the comforts of home, the friends found it difficult to adjust to their old lives. They missed the simplicity of the mountain, the rustling of leaves, and the vastness of the starlit sky. They couldn't shake the feeling that a piece of their hearts remained on Eagle's Peak. One by one, they made the decision to return to the mountain, this time with the knowledge that it was their true home. They left Penneville once more, embarking on a journey back to their beloved Eagle's Peak, where they would live out the rest of their days in harmony with the wilderness they had come to cherish. And so, the legend of the friends who embarked on a never-ending camping trip continued. They became the mountain's guardians, its stewards, and its protectors. They found solace in the eternal beauty of nature and the enduring bonds of friendship. Their story served as a reminder that the call of the wild can be irresistible and that sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones that never truly end. Back on Eagle's Peak, the friends settled into their mountain haven once more. They reclaimed their tree houses, canoes, and gardens, and resumed their tranquil existence in the heart of the wilderness. Years passed, and their lives were filled with the rhythm of nature. They watched the seasons change with wonder, from the vibrant explosion of spring to the golden hues of autumn. They became attuned to the habits of the mountain's wild life, sharing their space with deer, raccoons, and countless other creatures. Their tree houses had evolved into cozy, well-equipped cabins, complete with solar panels for power and rainwater harvesting systems. Emily's artistic touch adorned their homes with intricate carvings and beautiful murals that celebrated the mountain's beauty. Despite the solitude, they never felt lonely. Their friendship remained unshaken, and their bond with the mountain grew stronger with each passing day. They were the protectors of Eagle's Peak, the stewards of its pristine wilderness. Over the years, they welcomed visitors who had heard the legends of their never-ending camping trip. Hikers, adventurers, and nature enthusiasts sought out the mountain, drawn by the tales of the friends who had made it their home. The friends shared their stories and wisdom, teaching others to respect and appreciate the beauty of the wilderness. As time flowed like the mountain's rivers, the friends aged gracefully. They found contentment in their simple existence, knowing that they had found their true home on Eagle's Peak. They had become a part of the mountain, and the mountain had become a part of them. One by one, they reached the end of their earthly journeys, passing away peacefully in the embrace of the wilderness they loved. Their spirits remained on the mountain, becoming a part of its enduring legacy. Eagle's Peak, once a towering symbol of uncharted adventure, became a sacred place, a beacon of the human spirit's connection to nature. People from all over the world made pilgrimages to the mountain, not just for its breathtaking vistas, but to pay homage to the friends who had made it their eternal home. The legend of the never-ending camping trip endured, passed down through generations. It was a story of friendship, adventure, and the unbreakable bond between humanity and the natural world. and as long as Eagle's Peak stood. So, with the memory of the friends who had embarked on a journey that never truly ended, and so, high atop Eagle's Peak, the friends found a sense of timelessness.